chat. Don't be a twat. Score in cats.
This is the only place you can find the URL now is on YouTube. So yeah, I want to thank my wonderful guest Jimmy the Scavenger for coming in this evening and gracing you with all his musical knowledge, because I just say bigger kick drum and a 303 line and that is the end of that. Yeah, you can only find us on YouTube now, so please do us a favour and give us a share to just about every platform that you are on, or you might be on, or you might not be on. Unfortunately, Jim is fucked off Facebook, so he's no use.
I'm on the old YouTube here, I'm giving it a like and a
smash that like button. Right, welcome to the party, everybody. I cannot see fucking anything on the screen because I'm blind as a bat these days. I'm just going to do some sharing whilst you listen to the intro tune, and we shall get into it as soon as possible. I know the beginning of the show is the most important, it should be the most dynamic and blah blah blah, screw that, we'll share it.
No, we're both sitting here on our phones because, it's the URL.
It's the URL, yeah. The fact that I forgot we needed a stream key for this is fucking insane. So yeah, like I say, that's pretty shite. I'll put the other light on in a minute. Right, just got a couple more shares to do and we are good to go.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody give me some feedback on the sound, pretty please. One more share to do and I'm done. No, it's not going to let me. It won't let me into the claims page. Fuck you then, don't do that. Oh, I know, I can do it like this. Anyway, how's your Tuesday going, people? I'm finally over the Rona bug, or like enough to fucking rewire 2 systems and do a show, so...
Just about, then.
Yeah, just about.
No, I gotta say, you look pretty perky when I got here. I was quite surprised. I was expecting you to be still grey.
Dead, yeah. Thankfully not the case. We are back, people. We are back and stronger than ever. I tell you, people, stronger than ever. But like I say, we do need you to share to platforms and shit because this is the only place that you can see the URL right now. I didn't think it was worth the £20 a month to go to Restream if everybody's watching on fucking YouTube. So yeah. Should we kick off with the first track of the night? And this is Ipatus. Whatever his name is.
Oh, we do love it when they chuck these things at you.
Yeah, I really do need to get some sort of ad blocker or something, but it's not going to happen. Really like it when Iapetus puts in his liquid drum and bass. Don't really like it when he puts in his EDM stuff, because nobody likes fucking EDM. It's a bullshit fucking genre. That's better. That's better.
You mean the plastic American type shit?
That's the one. Then fucking people love it. But yeah, when he does his liquid drum and bass, we are all into it. Don't forget, you can catch us on PBM TV at the moment as well, streaming from America somewhere. I think we're out of glitches now. We can fucking relax.
Hope so. I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty chilled one tonight.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
Right, so who do we have in the building? Rustic Inc. Catastrophe. Hello, Catastrophe, by the way. Tony Duncan, Inky the Cat. Dean Daughters. Philip. Alan Crawford. Steve 303. Jen S. Andy Greggs. Corey Rosen. Yay! From PBM TV. Brain Sniff. DJ FX All. Will Joseph. Professor Dick to Beat. Benjamin LaQuenta Sorensen. David Johnson. Yellub. Good grief. Just trying to... Tony Duncan's in the place. Sour Alien's in the place. David, and I'm not going to even try and pronounce your last name. Callum Rogers. So there's a lot of people in the building. 31. That's about right for fucking for having a 2-week break. People forget. Alan Crawford was like, Alan Crawford was like, take all the time you need. I'm like, no, people forget. I've only got 37 tracks in the fucking thread this evening.
I'm in.
Woohoo! The Scavenger's in the building as well.
And I'm already clicking accidentally on the fucking YouTube Only thing about YouTube I don't like is the chat is crap.
Yeah, it is.
Can't respond to people properly. And
I tend to just put at and then the first part of the name and then you know. We might be going over to StreamYard at some point as well, so maybe the chat will be better there. Recap on the sound, please, pretty people, please, people. Now that we're actually into the show.
pretty pleased people.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here, Jim.
Unfortunately, she didn't, did she? I know we've got a worldwide crew, so you might not have got that one, but yeah, it was a bit English, wasn't it?
Alan Crawford says the sound is ace. Thank you very much. Bryn Sniff says it all sounds amazing. Like I say,
going out.
Looking for Alan Crawford. Met him up at the Corona party. Got to thank Emma Bodman for fucking the Corona party.
I don't know. Could easily have been you.
Yeah, you never know.
You might give it to her. You know, I don't know what you two got up to when the rest of us were looking.
I did say to her, look.
I know you wouldn't have said no. I do know you came on to her a few times. She batted away with her usual deft skill.
I did say to her after the party, I was like, look, Emma, if you're going to give us Corona again, can we at least snog? I'd rather get Corona for a good cause. It's not going to kick off, is it? It's just going to tick.
I think this is it, kicking off.
No. Droid in the building, how's it going? All the way from Belgium, I think. It might be Amsterdam, I'm not sure.
Not a lot in the way of bass going on.
No, and my bass is up. I made sure my bass was up.
It sounds nice. I mean, the bass is probably there. It's probably our listening environment. It's not great. We've got a fan going in front of us.
I'll just whack it up a little bit more. Because I was like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh, there's no bass. And then literally halfway through, Tim Sour Alien was like, you sure you've not got something turned down? I'm like, no. Yes.
Thing on this amp, they're both shelving EQs.
Okay.
So you literally, by turning them both down and turning it up, you're turning the mid-range up.
Okay.
So, and they're pretty good ones in there, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to thank Jimmy Scavenger again for the mission speakers and the, I'm not too sure what
Arkham Alpha 7.
Fucking lovely. Can't thank Jim enough. And Amy's got a set of speakers and an amp that came from Jim as well. So Jim's supplying the sound all over.
I made most of my music up until about 3 years ago.
On that?
Yeah.
And that's a claim to fame. I've got the amp and the speakers that the Scavenger used to make all his music on.
The pairs. I had another pair attached to it as well,
okay.
like an AB.
Yeah.
This got an AB, but unfortunately you had to have a switch for the other pair because it's wired up weird inside. So basically you get A plus B or just A. You know, and you can't then do B on their own. You've got a switch for the B pair, so I had a switch as well.
Oh, it's not kicking off. It's a nice, easy way to ease us into the URL, but it's not kicking off.
It's chill out music.
Yeah.
The bass is there.
It's just not massive. Like, I'll give it a bit of headroom in the studio. No bass. By now that should be kicking us in the face. Alan, I don't think I'm going to go quite as high as an 8. I think I'm going to give it a 7.5. Nice idea, just needs a bit of EQ work.
Very repetitive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite nice, bright production. You can no doubt deal with that. Because there isn't any overpowering bass, you could probably EQ to compensate for that at mastering stage. I just really try to avoid doing that if I can, because it does affect all the rest of the sound if you're working on just one solid file.
Yeah, I agree. And Jim,
It's about comparative levels, you know. When you're writing certain sorts of music, there are basic gain staging approaches that you should be adopting. So, for instance, in drum and bass, funnily enough, the drums and the bass do tend to be quite a bit louder than everything else in the mix.
Yep.
I mean, in techno, it's a different setup to techno. Your kick's always going to be the loudest thing in the mix.
Yep. And then
by a good sort of 20%. If your kick's 100% of the level of the loudest thing you're going to go to in your track, nothing else should come within 20% of that.
Yeah.
If you cut it into
Even I know this.
You know, and similarly, if you want that bass to be able to sort of hum through the track, you need to find a way of EQing the rest of your track so that you've got room to let that sit.
This is your 920.
Oh yes, first both of them. First couple of tracks and we get fucking adverts. I'll get an ad blocker, I swear. Anyway, next up is, I believe it's Arjang, but like I say, I can't see fuck all.
It used to amuse me that you played the words from your sponsors.
I don't do that anymore.
Now and then and listen to an advert.
Okay, so I believe this is Arjang. I'm just going to grab my glasses so that I can actually fucking see what's going on. Okay, so this is Manic Dreams. Drugs Get Some remix, but this is Arjang. Right, well, I don't need those all the time.
This has got quite a lot of dynamics in it.
Stevie Abraham says, last one was neat from me, nice and chilled. Yeah, if you like chilled, then it was good, but it just didn't kick off, and like Jim said, it was just a bit too repetitive.
Yeah, it was that same 3-note sequence and that same snippet of vocal.
Yeah, the whole fucking way.
It just carried on going, then it dropped away a bit, filtered down a bit, and then just came back and did the same thing. If you're going to do a track like that, you need to be putting lots of stuff in the background, lots of little tweaks and fiddles and changes as you go along to keep the interest going.
Yep, I agree.
Otherwise it just becomes like a loop that's being played around with as it goes along, which was a bit of my problem with some of Daft Punk stuff. Even their good stuff, you know.
Oh, the fucking random access is awful.
I love the first album, but it does suffer a little bit from that sometimes. Like, you can hear they're just literally playing that one bar loop over
Jim,
and over.
when we're talking, the ducking is coming in quite a bit. What do I change for that?
The ducking is coming in
a bit too harsh. Ratio, which ratio do I turn down?
It cuts in and out too fast as well. So have you got an attack and release on it?
No, it's on the filters up here.
Okay, yeah, take the ratio down just a touch.
1, 2. That's better. That's much better. Someone give me some feedback on the sound, please.
Release a little bit as well. Stop it clicking after we stop talking.
I'm so glad Jim is in the building this evening. Up the release a little bit.
Yeah, go about 102 milliseconds, 20 milliseconds. Music comes back in smoothly instead of going bang. 60 to 100 milli.
115 at the moment.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. Somebody please give me some feedback on the sound. Alan Crawford says sound is fine. You can hear us over the music, and you can hear the music. I am quite aware that the URL needs to get a better camera, and we need to be a slicker operation. We offer a review service, and therefore we should be on point with everything. So
you pay for it all. So no, I heartily disagree with that. And what I love about the URL is that you do what the fuck you want.
Yeah,
it's a punk setup, and you have made it. I just think about when I was first coming and doing it with the phone.
Yeah.
And
on top of the speaker,
fake rig.
Yeah.
And the speaker on top of fucking whatever box you decided to drag out or folder.
Yeah, Morgan says the same. Slick, no, we don't. All right, fine.
I like this.
Yeah, I like this. Industrial. Arjang's really come to grips with his sound recently.
It was when it's that ugly bit at the front like this, and you're wondering how stuff can cut through, but it's nice, yeah.
I need to up this a bit.
It's really full production.
I love that farty bass.
But everything's there.
Yeah.
Even when it's going, even when all the sounds are there, the body of the kick's there.
I'm going to give that a solid 8. Like I say, I really think that Arjang's music is coming along leaps and bounds. Again, compared to the stuff that he was putting in for Clownfest, like 1, to what he's doing now, he's really found an industrial, gritty, really, really nice sort of sound.
That should have been in one of the Blade films, in one of the vampire nightclubs or something, with a really grungy looking fucked up band playing it.
I love the fact that we get people in and they paint wonderful pictures of how music should sound, and that is exactly what Jim is doing right now.
Yeah, that would be banging for that sort of thing.
Let me just make sure I've followed. I haven't. There we go. Right, next up, we are 3 tracks down. I'm only going to do 20 tracks tonight because my energy is still low, and Jim wants to get home at a reasonable hour, and I can't.
This is true. I am fucking old.
That was like the one thing that for going up to Scotland, we were like, we can't do 4 fucking days. That will kill us. And do you know what? Right.
Damn near did.
That's very quiet.
That was very subby.
I've got to see who this was. Captain Dub. Who's Captain Dub?
Catnip Dub.
Oh, Catnip Dub. I'm glad you're here, Jim. Oh, this is Philip. That snare is loud as fuck.
It's not. It's because you turned the track right up when it was at a nice quiet beginning bit. This is lush.
I think I've met this guy actually as well. We were in Bristol Airport going to Malta, I think, and this guy was like, "All right, Pierrot." I'm like, "Who are you?" And this is him.
That's some lovely production on that.
W as fuck, isn't it?
Nice one, Philip.
Alan Crawford agrees with you and says, nope, drums are crisp. Catastrophe says, turn that snare back up. I can't, it'll clip.
It is clipping already, very nearly. This is so near the top, it's unreal.
But as Oliver said when he came in a couple of weeks back, OBS lies to you.
Yeah.
It really does. If you're in the red, you're fine. Don't worry too much about it.
As long as it doesn't clip. There we go.
Yeah. That snare again.
Right, it's a combination. More layers of sound go in there, the more sound that sound's going to go up, unless it's been crushed to death.
And nobody likes a crushed to death.
It just doesn't sound crushed to death.
No, it doesn't. Crisp, nice. Dub's not really my thing, but this is hitting
there's
it.
Lots of background noise that isn't going lots louder in the breaks and things like. It's a good sign that it's not being over crushed, you know. But it maintains its clarity and background noises stay background.
The lights just popped in and said, hello, Clown Freaks, it's okay, I'm here now. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Catastrophe is #1 in the poll for Clownfest 7. Like, he's already got the fucking gig anyway, so there's no need to vote for him anymore. Vote for me. I'm 3rd. How is that even right? And you're off Facebook at the moment, aren't you? But I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you're in for Clownfest 7.
Yeah, of course. You'll have a weird monkey one this time.
Good.
Broken techno.
Good.
Fucking nasty.
Good.
Properly fucking nasty.
Yeah, Yellow's just giving it an 8, and I think you're about there. It's dub. It's not supposed to grab you by the fucking nuts and say dance to me. It's supposed to say.
You'd be surprised. People always say that, and then when they're presented with a big dub sound system playing exactly those tracks that they've gone, yeah, it's not really dance music though, is it? And then suddenly around like fucking loons. Yeah. It's context music. It depends where you hear it, how you hear it, and what you hear it on, and what you're doing. So if you're sat back chilling out and it's down low on a stereo and you've just got the bass humming you, it's lovely. It's really relaxing. Yep. Sit in the sun with a bottle of beer and a doobie. Yeah. What's not to love, you know? But then you get it on a rig when you're a bit hyper and you had a couple of drinks. You've been partying.
Different kettle of fish.
And it is, yeah. It makes you throw mad shapes.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't necessarily play this sort of thing, right? But even something slow like this, you'd be surprised how high. You notice all the fact that most of the hi-hats are all in double time and things like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's where you get the rhythm.
Yeah, and it kind of like, so it's context music, I love it. Multi-purpose music.
If Fuzzy says this is quality, then you best believe it is, because this man is talented up the arsehole.
He actually is.
Fuzzy, he really is, isn't he?
He's got really funny hearing though.
Has he?
Yeah.
Jim says you're half deaf, Fuzzy.
No, it's just on the autistic spectrum, but it affects his hearing, I think.
Okay. Stevie Overhead has given this a 9, and Alan Crawford says massive attacky. I can see that.
And I wanted to say, but I couldn't be bothered to write, Jim, your track just needs to be sharp. It needs to be sharp. Your Darren Cole remix, it needs to be sharp. It really suits being sharp.
Okay.
Sometimes like that.
Words from the wise there, words from the wise.
It's kind of in its character.
I got to finish.
I don't know if that makes sense, Fuzzy, but yeah, it's kind of in its character.
Brad agrees with you and says half step kind of hats. That's where you get
absolutely beautiful.
Instead of the a bit slow, a bit more meandering, but I still think it deserves a solid 8. Gallup says I've just raised my 8 to a 9.
Yeah, this is top shelf dubs.
It's really well put together. Yeah, it is. I swear to God, I'm going to delete the Mixcloud app. It's the only thing that gives me
filters with a bit of resonance on. You've got to watch those little thin, narrow peaks they shoot at.
Yeah.
A lot of people like making kicks out of them, but it sounds really good on a little 4 or 5 inch pair of speakers.
Get to a rig.
Even 8-inch monitors, and it's all of a sudden just everything's drowned in this. And you can't get any actual weight because it's at 60 hertz. And I want to, get some of that 30 hertz action going.
Right, I think we've lamented enough about this track. We've said it's good. We really like it.
My track of the night so far.
God, we're 3 tracks in and Jim's already chucking out the track of the night card. Fucking hell.
Proper.
I do like it.
That is really fucking cool.
Right, Roman, you're up next. I believe this is a live jam.
I hope you're gigging that.
On an EMX and a Chaos pad. Only 3 minutes long, so I think everybody's agreeing that track was at least an 8, if not more.
Dub's a really hard thing to get right.
Yeah.
If you haven't got something to make it from, because that's what dubs originally were. It was like taking the original recordings and then just playing live.
Looping it, yeah.
So they didn't have decks and stuff. They literally used to take out the tapes and loops
from them
and then go and play out all these famous breaks and stuff live with a desk. So,
you got to give them fucking hats off for that, really.
It's the original party music as well.
Not so keen on the kick, but it works.
I quite like that one.
And again, he's just using an EMX and a Chaos pad. That's literally
Hertz thing.
The kick.
Yeah. No,
fucking word. DJ FX all says Nintendo Entertainment kick.
Not my kind of thing, but when he's moving it along, yeah, it just makes it sound less naive already.
Yeah.
You know, a bit, maybe it was a trick there. I shouldn't have spoken so soon. Good fucking job.
Again, it's rig tech now. You need a big rig, you need muddy field.
Did that get louder?
And again, it's just using the one piece of kit. It's using the engine from the EMX, which I think sounds fucking horrific. So if you're getting good sounds out of it, you're doing fucking well.
Yeah, so we can compress and push together.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's this. That's this. It does it.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, which is why I only use the percussion and just spit MIDI.
Which obviously is really good at.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
Reliable.
Yeah. Yeah, although I'm not so keen on it, it's got to be a solid 8. It moved the track on nicely. Dan Cole's in the building. How's it going, my man? Benjamin McQuinton says this is a solid 9.
Is it what they call French core, would you say?
Yeah, along those lines.
Yeah.
It's along those lines. He is from... where the fuck is he from? Italy. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Well, if that's just one bit of kit,
Yeah.
self-support kit.
Yeah, literally. Literally, get another synth and get your EMX spitting out MIDI to that synth. And honestly, you will thank yourself. I'm already subscribed that. Yeah, nicely moved on. Good set of sounds. I'm going to give it a solid 8.
Do love that dirt.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was coming from the Chaos pad.
Yeah, that's the Chaos pad.
Okay, so next up we got a bit of Charlie Ryan on what looks like.
Oh yeah, we were hammering this out the other night, Charlie.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah, I always get my Bandcamp notifications if anyone I'm following releases music.
And the great
Don't forget to follow people. If you find someone you like on Bandcamp, fucking follow them.
Yeah, don't forget, all of Charlie's stuff is available for free. But let's not be a skinflint motherfucker. Give him some money.
It, yeah.
Give 4 or 5 quid, you know? Nice. Did you check Charlie Ryan's set for Clownfest? Was fucking unbelievable. Bass, guitar, drums.
Oh.
Yeah. He layered them all up onto, honestly, it was like playing it all live. Fucking unbelievable stuff. Brad says the EMX2 and ESX2, there is no such thing. There is no such thing as an ESX and EMX2. It's called the E2. And yes, it does note steel. And it's not an electribe. Get the fuck out of here with that. It's an electribe bollocks. It's not. This is an electribe. The dirty piece of shit that they call the E2 is a music production station. It is not an electribe. It was designed by that Mitsubishi fucking racist non-twat. So yeah, we've got him to thank for that. Is this going to be one of Charlie's typical eke out the break?
Can't only ever made one good track anyway.
Mr. Bishy?
Yeah.
I don't even think he did that, did he?
Yeah, that printer one, printer jam.
No, I don't think I know it.
Yeah, unfortunately it's got a really good video as well.
Is it? You're so really disappointed by that?
I am. Even though I only like the one song, it's just like, well, fuck you, I'm not going to be playing that again. You know?
Come to the URL where we bash DJs.
Bash anyone who wants to be a racist or a fucking pedo or transgenderist. Or
yeah.
Fuck off with your isms already.
Yeah.
Fuck off with your isms.
Screw you if you're an ism.
Apart from socialism. Yeah, socialism, that's the only ism.
Yeah, anyone who's invited...
Legalism of weedism.
I'm agree with that one. You are welcome into the clown army, and everybody is welcome. There is one fucking rule. Do not be a cunt.
Yes.
literally that is it. Like,
well, you're free to be the best sort of cunt.
Yeah.
Be the best cunt you possibly can.
Yeah.
But
lift people up, keep people positive, you know? That's what we're here for.
Regardless of fucking gender, fucking colour, fucking
creed, religion,
how much fucking money they've got even.
Yeah.
Fuck off with that one as well.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh man, I'm seeing middle class people going at fucking upper class people and like fucking all this sort of bullshit. I'm like, hang on, like, don't do it. Don't tar everyone with the same fucking brush.
Yeah.
Don't take one group of people and tar everyone with that fucking brush, because it'll always come back to bite you in the ass.
Stevie Averin says my wife ain't getting in then. Is she the worst kind of cunt or something, Steve? That's mean, motherfucker. 8:08 so far. Charlie, what are you going to do with it?
You gotta wait for it, mate.
As always with Charlie, right?
You just got to play it up so loud, this one, it's ridiculous. We went from mini rig to big stereo to the big 8-inch monitors in space of one track.
Charlie's track. Just going to give us a bit more sound in the studio here.
We're clipping out on the output though.
That's just mics. It's got a compressor on it though, so limiter on it, so it should be pulling it down. Should be alright.
You lot will let us know. Just moan if the sound gets really shit, innit?
Please do. This is what Charlie does best.
Fucking guts in those acid lines.
Jim Brett Fuzzy says, Jim just categorised me as an autistic. Though, to be fair, well, I'm like...
You're an autism.
We all are.
Autisms. Fuck 'em. No, I didn't. I just said you got autistic hearing.
Ain't nothing wrong with a bit of autistic hearing.
Oh, I'm really glad none of my hypersensitivities are because of hearing.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm really unusual. Like most autistic people have a really good visual memory. Mine's fucking terrible. I lose my car regularly. Seriously, it's fucking terrible. I don't notice that my friend dresses up as a witch and has cobwebs all over her house. So after about an hour I've been sitting there, I was like, you've got a green face, good touch. You know,
you're one in a million, Jim, and we love you.
But I can remember a conversation or a tune I heard 30 years ago.
Yeah, the lyrics as well, for everything.
If I was into it enough. Not so much lyrics, but the music in particular. So yeah, it unfortunately also means that I remember all these little fucking tunes from adverts from when I was a kid, and my mum and dad used to leave the TV running to try and keep me shut up. And unfortunately it just gave me the worst earworms in the world.
I can imagine you as a child.
I can't deal with TV. TV's not good for me. I haven't had TV for fucking years.
Nah, me neither. Yeah, I think it's unfair to give this anything less than a 9.
It's top marks, mate.
It is top marks. It's a bit slow.
I think the title says it all.
R.I.P. Techno, yeah.
Because this is a proper piece of fucking techno. I was listening to some guy playing half-speed techno in Turkey years and years ago, and it threw me at first, and then like watching how Turkish people dance, it made total sense. Like if they were to play their techno at the speed we play our techno, they'd be having to dance at like fucking 310 BPM and shit, you know. It's like they do everything on the double time, so their slow techno, it's really gutsy, it's really big long fucking heavy kicks, you know, but it works.
Alright, fuck you, I'm going to go to a 9.1. The end is epic, Charlie.
I told you, gotta wait for it.
Yeah, it's Charlie, isn't it?
Go get it on Bandcamp and give the motherfucker some money.
Paying for the sound, paying for a track is not unreasonable, you know? I imagine Charlie spent 8-9 hours at this, and you're going to pay him £1 for that fucking track.
8-9 hours.
That was like a short guess. You know, Charlie probably spent 2 days on it, 3 days, you know, maybe a week.
2-3 days a track. I say is good. Sort of really real, like yeah, you might put the guts together in a few hours.
Yeah, but then it's the tweaks and the designs.
Making it work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, great idea, Jim, but how the fuck are you going to make that actually work?
Yeah.
That's the bit that takes 3 days, and then I'll probably spend 2 days tweaking it,
listening and
making it sound good, and then I'll probably, like, 3 weeks later, when I've written a bunch of other tunes that I've done the same process on, get them all together, and then spend time trying to keep them consistent as they're part of a set. So
yeah.
I don't want to be fucking about. I'm too busy when I'm fucking playing a set. I can't be fucking about with nudging things into time and fucking anything else other than actually just keeping the thing consistent, because that's the way I want it to be. I'm a perfectionist.
And being perfect is a skin D. Ah, fuck it, Charlie, I'm going to give you a 9.5, mate. Great track.
Oh, fuck off, it's a 10. Fucking Degenerate is back in style.
I don't think he ever went out of style.
So we've got 2 tracks of the night now.
Two very different genres as well. If you don't know who the Degenerate is, like you say, like Jim says, hop over to Bandcamp right now and go and check it out. He's got about 5 albums over there at the moment. And not just the Degenerate, Mario Chainsaw, Blocks Chain, and the Degenerate. He's got a few albums out now. Charlie just knows how to write fucking tracks, he really does.
So I'll be like, normally, if you can't get your point across in that amount of time, you know, like, but actually...
It makes a journey. It makes a nice journey, and it's
not only that, it just keeps kicking off more than you think it can, which is always a good thing.
Check out Danger Zone on Charlie's fucking YouTube page. That tune is the tune that just does not quit. It just keeps getting better and better and better. Have you got the stems for that, by the way?
I believe I have somewhere, yes.
Please pass them my way.
I'll find them.
Please do. He's lost them in a great hard drive crash, and I was like...
The original stems that you sent out for the remix. Yeah, I think I've got them.
Excellent.
Either me or Ollie will have them.
I'm hoping somebody somewhere's got them. Stevie Overend, you're up next, my man. I imagine this is going to be a slice of beautiful.
So, you reckon you've got what it takes to bring the
nice
Super
sound,
6
Stevie.
million to Bristol? Well, I do.
I did quite like the advert the other week. It said, in Bristol. I was like, yeah, the Acid Clown. Stevie, you should definitely change your name on there to Deep Division, mate. Can I skip the intro, please?
Beautiful apps, as always.
Have you seen he's just got a fucking Moog grandmother? He swapped it for a JDXI and a synth.
I don't know what any of these things are.
It's about $4,000 synth. It's fucking massive. But I still have to say, Stevie, Hail Hydra. You wait until I get this bitch fucking up and running, mate. Hail Hydra.
Can I come and play with that one?
You can, yes. Jim came around the other week and I'm like, check out my new toy.
Just the presets are like, oh
yeah, right.
God.
I need to sample that. I'm like,
how
please
many
do.
layers of sound?
Yeah, I know. It's amazing, right?
It's like, oh yeah, that's tasty.
It's the best synth I've ever played in my life. The only thing that I can compare it to is the Waldorf Quantum. And that's a serious fucking synth. $3,000.
But then again, how much are they?
1, 2. Yeah, I know, right? I got shitloads of kit to sell. Try and recoup some money back.
But then again, it's going to replace a few things, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. This is a techno rig,
isn't it? Isn't it? Got multiple channels of MIDI and multiple voices, hasn't it? That's the beauty of that thing.
And this is another rig.
Oh mate, you don't have to.
Yeah. Ableton running drums and samples.
So you're still setting off all your different...
Yeah, from Ableton. Yeah.
Just using Ableton as an instrument. Yeah,
that's a secret.
What it's good as.
Yeah.
All it's good as.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said to Jim earlier, I actually hate Ableton. Actually, no, I don't. I just hate the mixing environment. I hate the graphics. I hate the fact that it looks like an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah. But it works, right?
But for live stuff, it's really good.
Yep.
I mean, like, I used to use it as my DJ setup because Tractor just wasn't reliable.
Yeah, back in the day.
It's as simple as that. Tractor was not reliable until, well, I didn't really trust it until Tractor 2. I used it because I like the effects that they built in and stuff. I liked using it over Ableton for warping vocals into time.
Yeah.
Then they changed the algorithms in it. Then they changed the way it works with sound a little bit, and it took me and that's the point at which I switched to Ableton for doing that sort of work and stopped using Traktor altogether.
Okay.
So, but I never used it for
Jesus,
intended purpose.
which is Papa Dumb Tech. Please send me that track via email. I won't play it tonight because we're only going to do a 2-hour show, and we're nearly an hour into our 2-hour show at the moment. But I will definitely play it next week. I'm pretty sure my energy levels are going to be back to where they need to be next week, and I can do a full show on my own. But yeah, please do, Papa Dumb Tech. I love your shit. Alan Crawford says 9 blips for Stevie. I'm not going to go that high, I don't think. The sounds are there. It's a nice track. It's just a bit slow and a bit light for me. It's solid.
What monitors do you use, mate?
KRKs, I think. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, why?
You knew it, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a set of KRKs. I could be wrong.
But there's a simple trick you can use to defeat the sound of KRKs and also Mackie's equivalent monitors. They have pretty much exactly the same profile.
Dynamics.
No, it's just the EQ profile on them. It's just fucking awful.
Yeah, I've heard this a lot.
It's like there's too much bass there, and there's too much top end. There's not enough top end frequency, and the top end frequency there is in just the wrong place. So it's raspy and hard on the hearing. So you tend to turn the top end down, because it can handle the bass, even though it throws out a lot of bass. A lot of people end up turning the bass up too much as well, just because it can handle it. And you're thinking, well, if I can put that much bass into my mix, I should.
Yeah, no, don't.
But actually, no, don't.
No, don't.
You know, try and get a pair of monitors that really do show up when a track sounds shit.
Well, Stevie has just said, yeah, grabbing a set of Yamaha's 7s soon. How'd you rate those?
Yeah, if you can make it sound good on them, it's going to sound pretty good on most
Just
stuff.
about anything. Yeah, I don't rate KRKs.
I think the H7s go a little bit too far the other way. And the other thing they have is that they are capable of going loud enough to completely flatten your hearing out.
Okay.
And because they're a little bit fatiguing to listen to, again, it's that I don't know why so many monitors seem to have this like bit of a notch right in those speech frequencies or just above them, and that it's that sibilant bit more.
Yeah.
All of those sounds become a little bit accented.
Don't buy KRKs. Every motherfucker on the face of the planet seems to have it.
On.
Yeah, because you need the bass, right?
They're really good for DJing on because you can punish the fuck out of them. They love it.
Yeah.
They absolutely love it. But for mixing on, I always seem to get the same problems.
Yeah, you said the same of Warren. Jim is actually mastering the Clown Jewels new album, which should be out very soon. And he said the same thing. He was like, Warren, are you using KRKs? He's like, yeah, I am, but I've got another set as well. And it's like, I can hear it.
He's using it, but yeah, there is certain points where I can hear that KRK sound.
Rando says, I keep hearing this about KRKs. That's because it's the fucking truth.
It is, yeah.
I mean, there's no smoke without fire, right? And this is the case. Anyway, Stephen, I'm going to give you a solid 8 on that one. Lovely sounds, beautiful, just a bit too chill for me. Again, it's like on a beach or in a forest, sun's going up or down. You want that playing, you know? All right, next up. I can't even read that
I just
name.
like Stevie's stuff because it's live. It's always beautiful.
Yep.
He's got an ear for a tune.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's quite often some, because I don't pay it too much attention, listen back sometimes later, and there's actually quite a lot of detail in there as well.
Yeah. It's very hard to hear details when you're here because we're chatting over the tracks, and the chat moves quite quickly. So we do miss little bits.
And I know some of you don't like the chat over the tracks, but back in the day when this started, I'd be putting stuff in here that I didn't want people taking copies of because I'd be releasing it not long afterwards.
Just go and have a look at some of the older URLs. They were fucking
and the hope is from this end that you're actually going to go and check these people out and actually go and listen to it properly.
Don't forget,
firsthand.
You can find this thread in the URL as an announcement post. If you like any of the artists, go straight there, straight to the announcements, and you'll find all these people there.
Do you leave the playlist up on YouTube now?
No.
Can you start doing that?
No. YouTube hides all the tracks that are on YouTube. Yeah, I know, know, right? I was pissed off at that.
There's got to be a way. Can you still post it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Is there any way you could do like a mail shot group?
What I do is
So that people who weren't on Facebook could get messages.
Yeah, I need a website.
Well, no, I think you can do that on Facebook. Can you not do a mail shot?
Unsure. I should probably get email addresses from people as well. But anyway, we'll try and figure this out. I'm just getting back to health. Let's just get the show out of the way.
If you had a website, you can do an auto request. You can go to the website, click on it. Very tribe. Is there any other percussion in the kick?
I can hear it. It's really in the background, though, if it is.
I think there's some rides and stuff or something, or is that the top end of it? And that's a line. Hard to tell sometimes. Creates an effective bunch of high noise there. Means there's no gap even though you're not hearing individual hi-hats or anything. There's still that frequency band is still full, so you're... It's quite percussive. But it's very strange production.
Oh, he's written something there, but it's in a foreign language, so I can't read it. Says Stevie, 2 weeks running it, talked all over my tracks. Let's see if we can make it a third. Yeah, yeah, we will. But isn't this the thing? Don't you like sit down and listen to music with a couple of mates? You're all chatting, drinking, you know, and it just kind of ticks in the background, and it's supposed to move, you know, get you in the vibe.
But it's fair enough. You know, Mark's here on his own. Isn't going to shut up. But yeah, he's got me in. Yeah, he's got pretty much nothing.
Yeah, get the word in edgeways is hard.
You can talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have your moments.
Alan Crawford says lots of side chain. I wouldn't even know what I suppose. Well, we'll see when the kick comes back.
Yeah, it is high-end percussion. It's not an acid line.
Alan Crawford also says overworked compression. Possibly.
Yeah, but it kind of works.
Apparently this dude is banned from Facebook at the moment, so I had to put this track in for him.
What are you banned for, fella?
Oh, God. Man, people just get banned for saying the word twat or cunt, you know, it's ridiculous, yeah. Alan Crawford picked up a 7-day ban for the word twat. I cannot express enough. Stop using curse words. Lady garden, you know, plank, towel, flannel, come on.
Fuck you, cunt.
I know it doesn't carry quite the same weight, but you know,
It's also not as funny.
yeah, this is true.
It's just not. A well-placed fuck works, yeah. Well-placed titty fuck works even better.
Brando says I got 30 days for twit. Twit? Yeah, TWIT.
Right, okay. And you know you can appeal these.
Yeah.
If people keep appealing, instead of just suckling down to it.
They don't give you reasons anymore. Petrol Bastard got like 8 in one go and no reasons for any of them at all.
They're just trying to shut themselves down or something.
They really are. They really are. Not a bad track. Moved along nicely. Maybe some more percussion in there. It did just feel like it was just
yeah, it was all very mushed together in chunks.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what
Like
you're
the
saying.
synths were all mushed together in chunks. The hi-hats and all of the sort of high-end percussion were mushed together in chunks.
Yeah, and then there was the acid line running through it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it worked. It was a good track. And
Very experimental in the way it was produced. And it did kind of work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unlike Still a bit of a noodle, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a 7.9 on that one, fella. I'd say just a little bit of EQ work and a touch more percussion in there, and you should be good. Right.
I think it's more to do with the length of the sounds.
Oh, cock.
And the fact that it's running bunches of sound through the same... Or it sounds like you're running bunches of sound through the same sound effects.
Yeah, that's what Alan was saying. Too much on the compression or too much side chain going on.
Phaser or flanger on the high end that was gradually coming in through that break.
Okay. Next up, we've got a bit of Lee Harvey. Oh.
I always want to add an Oswald on the end of that.
So,
yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from there. I really do. IJ Harvey, 3-phase. I just got to find this.
You know, one of my all-time favourite techno DJs and producers is a guy called 3-Phase Generator.
I did not.
Yeah, there you go.
I really want to see Lee go a little bit harder and darker. I think but that's not his style, you know. So we'll see what he's got for us this week.
It takes the physical to create the physical.
Steve303 says, fuck Facebook. Yeah, fuck Facebook, absolutely 100%. I agree with you, but it's an advertising tool.
Yeah, I just got to the point where I couldn't be bothered with all the fucking morons. Gotta be honest, that's all it came down to. I was coming off it feeling angry by people who just seemed to have no logic, or like you just couldn't reason, you know, and there's no point getting angry, you know, like some people say I come across as a bit rage and that, but I'm not actually angry. It's more disbelief, I think, than anything else. I've been on and had a quick look through some of the posts where I've been accused of this, that and the other, and actually there's nothing psychopathic about it. It's just, it sounds like exactly what it is. It's a puzzled bloke trying to get to the bottom of why you are totally flying in the face of all of the logical stuff that you actually know and can see cause and effect happening around you, and are willing to fly with something that goes in the face of all that. It's like someone sort of handing you a piece of toast and saying this is a bowl of porridge.
Yeah, it's so not.
And you know that this person's fucking dead serious. And that's where the disturbance was for me. It was making me feel angry, so I've come off it.
Yeah, no, and I don't blame Jim 100%. You know,
I am a bit autistic in some ways. One of them is I really can't deal with people when they're displaying extreme cognitive dissonance like that. Because I don't know what to do with it, because I don't get emotionally involved in the argument in the first place. I just like the argument. I like the debate. Yeah. But then when it comes to that, like what can I do with my non-emotional approach?
It's hard as fuck, right?
What can you do other than go, look, just don't be fucking daft and fuck off. And I was saying just fuck off far too often and feeling it afterwards, and it's like, well.
Can I ask you all to share again, please? We are an hour into the show, and like I say, we're not advertising on Facebook now, so we can't pick up random ass viewers. It would be great if you could share the stream and try and pick up some people from there. That'd be awesome. I'm going to do some sharing now whilst Lee plays.
I'm actually quite liking this, so
let's give it a bit of volume.
Because I like a bit of electro.
I love electro, but I want him to go a little bit darker.
Yeah, you need to find some clever tricks and stuff to pull with your percussion and shit. Just use it quite sparingly and stuff. Techno's got this dominance over really warped shit at the minute that electro used to own. Like electro owned it in a way that no other genre has owned. Fucked up. Some of the mashed up shit my mate Dave plays.
Oh, I love digital.
Dave Sanderson's.
I know Dave.
Sets, his hardware sets are just.
I should tap him up for a class
amazing.
actually.
His electro stuff when he plays DJ sets and electro. Yeah, badass. Dave Sanderson.
Yeah, he's a good fellow as well. Really is.
Yeah, go check him out on his. I think he's on everything actually. YouTube, SoundCloud. Hear This. I'll go check him out. I mastered an EP for him on Filth Infatuated Digital.
Did you?
Yes, from his Pocket Operators live set.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, so 4-track EP.
He's moved on. He's got an electron modal sample. Factual.
Yeah, Filth Infatual. I'm real brizzle now.
We're always brizzle.
Astral, he says in a London exit. Nearly went Australian then. See, I can't do accents.
Racism, insanity, physical and social
Nice bit of panning.
These are the things that mold the flower.
There was a tiny little acid line in there which you could have popped up a bit.
Production's nice though.
Yeah, production was always beautiful.
Racism.
Really nice.
Yeah. Just a little bit darker, Lee, and you're going to be getting 9,
turn something up a little bit.
Yeah.
Turn it, you know, then
Have to tap
to
These are the things that mold the flower. Red rose or black rose?
yeah, back right off on the mastering over the last couple of years.
You have?
Yeah. Slowly. You want to do it all at once. No, seriously, it's just not a game worth playing. If you send me something, I'm going to listen to it and see what's going to suit it.
Yeah. I just up it a little
The
bit.
character of the track more than anything else, I think, these days. I've been listening to sets from DJs and stuff in great detail, all different genres, and one thing I can safely say is the production values are all over the place. They genuinely are. You know, and most DJs don't account for that at all in their sets. So you hear it. But when you're on a rig, you don't notice that difference.
Yeah.
When I say that rigs behave differently, it's not that the sound quality is different, it's that when you play music at that level, your hearing literally acts as a compressor. The physical way your hearing is set up is that you can only hear certain frequencies at a certain level before your hearing caps it off. So, in effect, flattening it out like the most detailed multi-band compressor you could ever imagine. Like going serious Fourier transformation, fast Fourier transformation on you.
Lee, I love the stuff that you do. It's really, really good. It's clear. It's quality. The only thing I would have done in that track is up the 303s a little bit. And I'm going to give you a solid 8. Like I say, a little bit darker and a little bit faster. And for me, you'll be hitting 9s and 10s, no problem. John Alchemy says clean as fuck, and he is right.
It is. The production's lovely.
That was 7 minutes. Didn't sound like 7 minutes at all, did it?
No, that'll get added to one of my playlists.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
I like that.
Yeah, I love all the stuff that Lee does. I just want it to be a little bit harder and darker for my own personal tastes. But once you start doing that, Lee, you're into a completely different, genre of style of music kind of thing. So do what you do, mate. Keep doing what you do and keep sending your stuff our way. Okay.
Alan Crawford says, find your sound and stick to it.
Yes, indeed.
I know. I like chasing sounds these days. I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, but you've got several different personas, and then.
Well, even within, if you listen to my music, it goes through all different phases of sounding differently, just because something's impressed on me.
Yeah.
And then for the next 6 months, everything I produce and master is going to have
sound
that
like that.
tint to it, because it's really impressed me.
Okay, so it was with great sadness that I had to report that Miles DeWolf had sadly died a couple of weeks ago. He had his memorial service a couple of days ago, and this is a track from Dr. Evil versus Kazan 303. Nobody Thinks. I want Miles DeWolf's music to continue to be played, and if you've got any remixes from him, then please fucking put them in. He's going to do an hour takeover at Clownfest 7. I'm going to definitely make that happen because there's enough of his music out there. Miles, you were a wonderful human being, and it is great sadness that that your death hit me. I've met you in real life, and you were an awesome human being, so it came as quite a bit of a shock. I also have to say that you were very determined to do it, so I don't think anybody could have pulled that around to a different outcome. Anyway, Miles DeWolf and Dr. Evil.
Do you ever actually leave these people?
Give him a minute's silence, I think.
Everybody just yells, screams, nobody's civil anymore. Nobody thinks what it's like to be the other guy.
favorites. Like I say, there's a shitload of tracks from Miles out there. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, you name it. We'll see you on the dance floor in the sky, mate.
I always said, not that kind of stuff, but then again, if you stick me in front of a ring with kicks like that,
Yeah, get in your face off.
His live thing was brilliant.
Yeah.
That was fucking wicked.
He called it his lunchbox.
Yeah, man, that was wicked. It's like you can't quite tell what the hell is you, but you know you can hear he's doing this stuff, but you're like, how? Yeah, I like that. It's the guy with those two things. It's like it as well, using those two toys.
Oh, nobody IRL. Fucking hell, yeah.
Same kind of thing. It's like hats off when you actually sometimes like you can prejudge something, but then when you see someone actually doing it, you're like, oh, okay, fair play. It's cool. Yeah, it really changed again. Context, time, place.
Yeah. I went over to play for Miles his birthday a couple of years back, and I got the pleasure of actually seeing Miles the Wolf play live, and it did not disappoint. I'm telling you. I shall treasure that moment.
Different patterns do you need to make one song then, Miles? 12? Yeah, at least.
So, like, literally, you can tell it's Miles a million miles away.
Yeah, straight away, yeah. That Eastern vibe, the haunting cat meowing.
Yeah. Well, he lived in Belgium and he's got Scottish heritage, you know. So it was always gonna be.
Again, if you think about bagpipes.
Yeah,
stuff,
he did a bagpipe song.
Yeah. I don't know what Belgian music is like, to be absolutely honest. I have no idea.
Rig techno, lots of rig techno.
Yeah. Tribe seems to be the sort of like massivest sort of that top end tailed off, dusty,
Yeah.
distant, but fucking pounding, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's this.
Yeah. A lot of detail in this one.
Yeah.
A lot of Miles' stuff was quite sort of just
Raw.
Yeah.
Ridiculously raw.
Ridiculously raw. Like really spur at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not going to put a number to this one. I'm just going to say, Miles, you missed like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, thoughts out to family and friends as well.
Yeah. Miles the Wolf and Dr. Evil, ladies and gentlemen.
Big ups, fellas.
Big ups indeed. Not going to mark it. And now we've got one from Dr. Evil himself, Philip Fontana.
Oh, you cheat and get two in.
Well, it's actually
I was the last person to do that.
Sunday lunch at the Swan.
It's another remix from Miles, and
Hey!
I'm happy for
play
it.
then.
I'm happy for it. I did say if you've got any Miles remixes, please continue to put them in.
I'll tell you what, if you've got remix packs out there as well.
Yeah, if you've got remix packs out there, share them. Please share them.
He would have liked that.
Yep. Philip says, ducking miss you, mate. Yeah, I bet you do, man. I bet you do. like I say, Miles will be doing an hour takeover at Clownfest 7. I'm going to try and find some of the nicest works that he's done and some of the remixes and stuff, and replay a couple of sets that he did for Clownfest. Because like I say, I'd like to keep his music continually listened to.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee it will.
He did play parties and shit a lot, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I can't imagine he's going to be forgotten.
There's a sound system out there who used to have him play a lot, you know, so I imagine that they'll still try and keep things going on as well. I know that there are funds going on for Miles to be put on vinyl as well, so that's going on.
This one's got Doctor Who sound.
Professor Dictaby, if you go onto Miles's page, they had the funeral thing a couple of days ago. Professor Dictaby, I'm going to leave it a little while before I approach any of that. No family wants to be hounded at the moment about that kind of thing, you know. But soon, once the dust has settled, then I'll try and get some info all out to you. Says he's got the stems for this track as well. Please make those available to everybody.
Oh my word.
Please make them available.
Oh, we can have some fun with that.
Yeah.
Together an album or something. Is there anything you think?
Do you want to move your mic up a bit?
Put together an album or something and see if there was something that people who know him would like donated to.
Yeah. I did say this the instant it happened, and the guy I was talking to was like, "You're best off talking to his mum." And no, I'm not doing that yet.
No, wait a sensible amount. You're better at the tap than I am, so I'm not new to that one, but...
Rando, again, I'm not sure, you know. Did anyone step up yet to make sure that his family get the right amount of money for his kit? I was tempted to ask them if I could buy one of his 303s off of him, just because I would like, you know, but let's wait, you know. It's been about 2 weeks, still fucking raw.
We have a visitor. Oh, you can get your face out of there. Oh, here he goes.
Over excited little bugger.
He gets so excited he chokes himself. It's ridiculous. You like?
Professor Dictaby, I feel like I look like Caston Blumenthal with my sunning glasses on. The other one has got a little bit more pace to it. Faddy, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We shall see you again soon. Please put some music in. We haven't seen you for ages at the URL.
But he's controlling the 303s, man.
Yeah.
If you actually listen to what he's doing, because he's using the
controller surface as well to make, like, all of this will have been typed in by hand.
Did he play it all in and then do all the controls live? I've had a feeling he did.
And he was doing it all on a screen this big from Fruity Loops. It was insane. You good, Mum?
Fruity Loops is wicked. Some of the best music I've ever heard to come out of that.
To be fair, when we did the studio day, there was about 8 Fruity Loops users.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, it's got its own way of working with sound, and you can't argue with the fact that it sounds wicked.
Yeah, I agree. It was actually the first door I looked into.
All of Rogart's original techno was made on Fruity Loops. I don't know if you've heard any of the stuff in the late 90s and early noughties.
A little.
Oh, seriously twisted live sets, progressions that you just don't know where the bloody hell they came from.
Yeah, he's got a good musical mind.
It just makes audio play. It was the first sort of really hands-on studio to make audio plastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the way that Reason and lots of others do now. I mean, Ableton does, but its editing is just awful.
Jim said that earlier. Okay, so Mars the Wolf, another cracking track, my man. Yeah, if people have got stems, please make them available. Maybe I should do a little shout out for that as well. And yeah, like I say, there are vinyl funds being thought about for Mars as well at the moment. I thought about doing one as well. Literally, if we get 20 people to put £100 in, then we can get this made up. But let's let the dust settle before we go and chat to people. Anyway, Dr. Evil and Kazan 303. It's great that we're still saying the name Kazan 303 within the URL. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, next up we have Vic Z, all the way from Australia. This guy rocks. Yeah, this guy rocks.
Straight in there.
Yeah, straight in there. No fucking about. His debut for Clown Fest was fucking phenomenal.
Bam, bam, bop, Bailey, bob, bob.
Techno house.
Works, though.
Grooving Jackie techno.
Works.
But slowed down. Yeah, it's like jacking techno slowed down.
Yeti says Fruity Loop Studio can be epic in the right hands.
Yeah, it really can. I've heard some just amazing stuff come out of it.
And in the not so capable hands, it sounds like a thick band of just noise. The Yeti seems to chuck at us. I'm only kidding, Yeti. We love ya.
It might interest you to know, if any of you are old acid heads, you've probably heard of King Mental.
Yeah.
When he goes software based, he uses Fruity Loops.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's like,
and he sent me some scary sounding stuff. I've got to finish an EP we've been working on for about a year and a half or something, because we're both morons. Yeah, we're both a bit sketchy, a bit flaky when it comes to our own personal projects.
we had a conversation with him on Joe's post, and she was asking who would you like to play at the castle.
Hello.
And I was saying that you need a decent
that good,
you need a decent promo campaign rather than booking big, expensive headliners. And King Mental said, look, I don't produce my own stuff. I don't want to. No, sorry, he does produce his own stuff. But I don't want to play out anymore. That's not my fucking bag whatsoever at all.
No.
But I'll happily promote for you because I agree with what you're doing within the scene. Can't ask for more from a person, can you?
It's lovely. Yeah, really like Warren. He's
funny as well.
Geezer, and yeah, we are going to get to go and see him soon. It's got to be done. I made some good friends in my time on Facebook. I'm glad to say that I've been in touch with pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
So, and if we've chatted on Facebook and goofed off, then please feel free to message me. Because that's why I've kept it open, is so people can still fucking message me, because I still like my messenger.
Yeah.
As long as they don't clog it up with irrelevant shit. Yeah, conspiracy theories and unsolicited links.
Yeah, don't do it. Just don't do it.
But if you want to chat,
tap Jim up. If you want some musical advice, tap Jim up. If you want any mixing or mastering services, tap Jim up. What you doing?
Trust me, I'm not flaky if you. Yeah, for the whole of this year, it's £20 per item. So if you want a mix down doing, it's 20 quid, which is fucking mental because it could take me 3 days. Yeah, depends, sometimes me having a go at it and just saying, look, you've done this, that and the other, and I send it back and they'll end up just sending me a mix down, which for me is great because then I've just got that to work with.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did with Warren. I was in that chat group.
Yeah.
You've got this in 2 peaks here, this isn't vocals are a bit sharp.
Very specific. Yeah. About where and when, what frequencies.
Yeah. I can vouch for Jim on
I will only do 1 round of feedback for free at that price. Okay? Because it's exhaustive.
Yeah.
And it turns what should be a 10 or 15 minute job
to a day or two.
To a day or two, which me getting paid 20 quid.
Yeah.
And I might have 4 or 5 of these going on at once.
Yeah.
So it's also a brain ache while I'm trying to work as well, because I do have a job outside of it. So yeah, but I'm not flaky in terms of general mastering and mix work.
Yeah, on point. In fact, Jim says, can confirm Jim is a fine masterer.
I do not mess around. I get the job done quick as well.
He's OCD, he's fucking, what's the other one? ADHD.
Not like I am with my own projects. It doesn't take me 3 years to master an album.
Get it out.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. This is great. Loads of energy to it. Like Jim said, a little bit of tech, a little bit of house. Yeah, it sounds good.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Nice progressions. It's actually kept me listening.
Yeah.
So while I've been chatting, it's
again, this is the kind of thing that producers can do. We can chat and we can listen at the same time because we've usually got 4 or 5 things going on anyway within our, you know.
my interest, I won't.
Yeah. Alan says, just uploading Miles' stems to Dropbox. Excellent. Put a big post about this in Clownfest. Put a big post about this in the URL group. Chuck it on my wall.
Can you message me, please?
Alan, with the stems.
Yeah, Alan.
Do that.
Yeah.
I usually get kind of pissy when people tag my personal page in stuff because it just, my personal page is my promotional thing, but I would not mind if you did tag me in that like 100%. I think I'm going to give that a big badass 9.5. Even after you called him autistic.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah.
He said in the mornings, clashy noises, no. Head can't take it. And that is a very autistic thing. Like that's my sister. She's like me, but she's the other way round. She remembers everything she sees and prepares to just go like this when things get too loud.
Okay, Morgan Juniper, I believe this is. Yeah. And I don't know where this is. Oh, this is a Twitch thing. Right, so apparently we talked for the past 2 weeks running, or whenever we were last on, we talked over Morgan's track the entire time. So I think in the you know, keeping things like contextual and in continuity, we should just chat all the way over Morgan's track again. Morgan says, chat away, laugh out loud.
So how old's this one, Morgan? Because I know when we were chatting, you were saying you wanted to get loads of your stuff together. You've been writing for 20 odd years.
And it's only in the past 6-8 months that you started chucking fucking tracks at us. And I really like what more.
Really nice.
I like what he does. He's usually got like 4 melody lines going on, and they don't clash. They just complement each other. It doesn't sound like you've got that going
really
on here
nice.
now.
It's very static, but much more on the acid side.
Yeah, I agree with Jim on that one.
But it's all those sort of.
Morgan says yesterday, today it was done.
Oh, this is really nice, mate. What are you working on? What are you working in?
Oh, Morgan's got like 2 or 3 laptops with different fucking doors on it. Yeah, literally. And he's got 2 copies of Ableton Lite, and he's running something else, and it just kind of like merges them all together. It's really, I'd like to see your setup actually, Morgan. I should have got you involved in the studio day.
Sounds boss.
Yeah, everything that Morgan produces sounds really, really good. Even the stuff that he was like, oh, this is really, really old. Yes, 50 people watching, get it.
Thank you, everybody.
Another 30 people and we'll be as popular as that fucking Tiger King dick. Can't wait for the day where
I think he might account for the extra people. Mate, see how he's looking at me like, he's like, oh, I love me.
Another one of our cats moved out. What? Yeah, to the same place where Mummy Punch moved into. Oh, so we've got 1 fucking cat left. Oh. 1 cat and 1 dog.
Which cat?
Pudge. Yeah,
Oh,
no, Tank moved out.
Oh, right, yeah.
Pudge. Yeah, no.
It took me ages to make friends with her.
Yeah, Morgan, I like this. It's got his foot in the side door. It's got his foot in the tech door. Apparently Morgan's using Cakewalk as well. This was done on Caustic 3, once processed in Cakewalk. That's the one program I've never looked at.
I've got Caustic.
Yeah, I had that. I think it was for loading samples into the Volca sampler. That's the only reason I ever looked at it. and we're tossing and turning about whether to get another cat or another dog at the moment. So
I think there's a track I made in caustic on the one on the phone on my Hear This.
okay.
Yeah. Acid 101, I think I called it.
Oh, I loved your set for Clownfest, mate. That was like really acidy.
That was 1997 to 1999, and then all rebuilt in 2000, just after Reese came out, because then I could use it properly.
Yeah.
So they didn't keep crashing. But it was actually built a bit before that. It was built with Rebirth, and
it was for your sister. Is that right?
One of them has a 303 on it.
Original.
One of the three. Not the first track, but the third three track. One of them has a real 303, my 303 on it.
No way.
And it's just one loop because it drifted too far out of key, and that was as far as Antares Auto-Tune could keep it in key for. So it sounds almost like a real 303 because I've layered it underneath to just give it that bit of throat.
Yeah. Morgan, good track. Bit sigh for me, but I still think a solid 8.5 is somewhere where it needs to be. Any improvement on that? Or?
No. No, that was fucking bang on, Morgan.
Excellent.
I like what you do, and I don't think it'd make any difference if we did give him any advice. It sounded fucking great.
Yeah. Oh, where are we?
You make what you make, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, we are running a little bit behind. We might finish around about 10:30 or something like that. 1, 2. Oh Jesus, we've got about 10 tracks to go. Fuck.
Soundtracking
We
your
only done 10
content can be
tracks.
tricky.
Yeah, 12 tracks. We
doesn't
did
have
2 from Philip
Find the perfect track.
and Miles, which
Fair enough. So who have we got here then?
this is John Alchemy, and he says, please don't skip the intro.
Get the video on then. Let the good people see.
Stop it whenever you like. Okay. By the way, this will shut us all up.
Yeah. That's because he said don't skip the intro.
Yes.
So now we're interested.
Fuzzy says Mark does enjoy a bit of intro skipping. That's because you will never hear this played out. You would not mix this track from here. You would mix it from.
I would.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd have this going halfway through the other track.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I start at the first beat.
Yeah, so do I. I start mixing at the first beat, but probably I've already started mixing before the
first
that track's even kicked off. And that's always been the way, and I'll just keep spinning back as long as it sounds good, dropping bits of it in.
Can do very easily with Tractor. Their loop function.
Do it really easily with vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I've always mixed. That's how I always know when to drop tracks in, so that it all musically makes sense.
Yeah.
My breakdown will come at the same time as a kick-off or a breakdown on this track.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's really good fun because you don't want both the breakdowns to come together because you've been using this all as a bit of a breakdown anyway, and then you're expecting it to kick off, but it didn't. If the light's not good enough, if you look at a record, you can actually tell the bits that have got kicks on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, easily. You know, that's an argument for the people who use WAVs as well. It's like, oh, you can see it. It's like, yeah, but if you're clever enough, you could see it on the vinyl anyway. You knew where that track was going.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry, but they're all, you know, if they're correctly built, they're DJ friendly. You know, you're not going to sell records if they're not DJ friendly. I found that out, and abused it for many years because I didn't really want anyone to listen to my music anyway. I just wanted to be able to do it myself. Yeah. And I've always mixed digitally, so I've always been able to fucking loop bits up and make my own shit up as I go along.
Professor Dick DeBeat says, bit of a long intro. I agree.
But you know, like I say, you know, a lot of DJs are like me. They use that big long intro as a bit of the track they're already playing.
I always worry that it's gonna slide out of time, especially when you're doing it on vinyl, because there's not a lot to a beat. There's no sync going on there, you know. That's what I worry about. It's like, did it drift? Am I gonna come in like a bar late or a bar early, or you know?
Nah, you get to know the sounds.
Yeah,
I genuinely do. This is still rhythmic, so for me it's not a problem.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you can tell where the first beat is.
I wouldn't try and do that with something like one of the fucking melodies that Plaid come up with that are all off fucking the beats all over the place, and you can't make sense of it until the rest of the track's
comes
working.
in. Yeah.
I wouldn't try and do that with that, you know. But then again, I use a sync button, so
Yeah, I use a sync button too. Also, right?
Matching, I've done that bullshit.
Yeah, fuck it,
It
like,
always fucking sucks.
yeah, well, like, you spend a minute or so just getting the fucking beat right, you know? Like,
It just always sucked.
well,
It was fucking annoying as fuck.
and also on Pioneers, yeah, you've got they tell you the beat. This is 135 BPM. So why would you even bother? Look, 130. Okay, we're now at 160. You know, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, if you can't listen to something and tell it's faster or slower
then you should
else,
be,
then you shouldn't fucking DJing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. Oh, I agree. Again, I'm with Jim. I've done my time beat
like,
matching.
don't get me wrong, because if I DJ other people's music, it's no fun using the sync button. So, like, for all the promos and stuff that I get given, you know, then I'd just mix normally for that.
Yeah.
So there are, you know, and there will be more, because I'm doing one for Richie Quirk for his techno outlet at some point. But there's a Brothers Grimm mix of mine on.
I like the Brothers Grimm. They do some lovely techno. They really do.
I did a mix for them. All of tunes I've been given, and the rare few that I've bought, which is really not very many. There's not many people are sort of. I like Scala Maria at the minute, and a few other people, but that's about it, really. And some right up my street, yeah, a lot of his stuff's really good.
Garbage Snare and Acid Ray for me. Those are the two artists I'm buying at the moment.
Excuse me.
Duncan Mabry says, I've never tried mixing digitally, it kind of scares me. Get over that, fella, just fucking dive in. I thought the same, and it's just easier. It's like bouncing around with the needles, no fucking fuck-ups with the vinyl. If there's some sort of scratch going on there, it's loads fucking easier.
About 4.5, 5 years ago, I caught myself in a situation where I was writing more than I could actually cope with, getting ready for Ableton live sets as well, because it requires then another whole layer of fucking work. Do you know what I mean?
Just use Tractor, use a sync button.
And so yeah, I looked into Tractor and got hooked almost immediately. Tractor 2 is fucking
Stable,
wicked.
stable as fuck.
Yeah,
one of the most
really
stable fucking pieces of kit I've used. I used Serato with an M4 for a while, and it's just a bit buggy and glitchy and stuff, you know. But
Tractor Pro 2, and just make sure the specs of your laptop that you're going to use for performance are at least in the middle of what they say.
Yeah,
because they're well fucking lying to you when they tell you that the minimum specs. They are fucking lying to you.
I use this for my Tractor setup, and it's a fucking Toshiba satellite, and it's a bag of shit, and it still runs perfectly.
Which Tractor are you using?
2, I think. Yeah, and this runs it. Satellite C50. They were giving these away with phones. Alright, that's how shit this thing is. Warren actually had to resurrect it a couple of years back.
I've just paid 200 quid for a laptop that's running everything.
Yeah.
Literally.
And in typical
it's
style,
like 10 years old or something.
we went up to the Acid Council and somebody spilled a drink all over Jim's laptop. Don't put drinks on the fucking DJ console.
Next person that does it is getting punched.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the throat.
Okay, John, because of that massively long fucking intro, we're going to have to stop you there.
Yeah.
Nice, light, floaty, not really my thing. Giving you respect for the fact that you're doing it all on Volcos, so I'm going to land about an 8.2 on that one. Jim?
That sounded really clean.
Yeah, oh yeah, all of his stuff does. All of his stuff does.
Volcos?
Yeah, literally, look at him. Sample.
Okay, how are you managing that then?
I know, it's great. I think he's running it through
They sound naturally
Fruity
gritty.
Loops as well. Yeah, don't they, right?
Not
Don't
clean.
They? Yeah, don't they? Anyway, John Alchemy, ladies and gentlemen, that's part of his 3-hour, well, it's a 2-hour Friday night session. I liked it, just a little light, John, just a little light. And
Pardon me.
And we really have to fucking skip on because we've only done 10 tracks. How is that even possible?
It's 9 o'clock, mate.
Oh no.
So we're an hour in.
Hour and a half. Who is this? Just for our references. Jonathan Aaron. Oh, we've got some light coming up next and some Duncan Maybury, so strap in. Music's just going to get better and better in the next fucking 20 odd minutes.
Right, I'm going to go and,
powder his nose. Brad says I've managed to get a Tractor Pro 3 on an old i3. Nicely done. Inky the Cat of John Alchemy's track says timing was awesome. It always is with that man. That man, it literally, utmost respect for that dude. John says it was a 1.5 hour set for Kazan inspired by his sayings. That's beautiful, my man. I wish I'd known that beforehand. Massive penis. This is cracking, I like this.
This is cracking.
Almost sounds industrial.
Stinks. Oh, chop that snare off. Oh yeah, you want things to cut through the mix? Chop them short.
Yeah?
Short, percussive sounds cut through a mix much better.
It kind of reminds me of Pitch Up Guillotine, but not as dark and industrial.
This is great. Oh, another good trick is tail your reverbs off so they're only as long as you need them to be.
Otherwise things just get drowned.
Yeah, and not only that, it just means that they get artificially cut off in the mastering end. If they're trying to bring up and give any, because there's so much, think of it as a glass, right? Your glass can only be this full, yeah, and the more layers of sound you've got, the more you have to share that liquid out.
Yeah. Good
so
analogy.
Your kicks are always the loudest thing in your techno track, and you've got 500 other tracks. You can't expect that track to then actually come out at the end of that sounding as big and punchy as loud as a track with only sort of 8 tracks in it.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm learning that with the Beast. When I went to Landed Festival, there was just too much going on. It was all clashing and it was all sounding fucking horrible. So I've slimmed this down and I've made a new system out of it because, and literally I've got like 3 synths, 303, some controllers and a mixer. That's it. That's all you fucking need.
And again, it only really matters when you're listening at home, because on a big rig, you're not going to notice that because your hearing's flattened out because of how loud the music is anyway.
Yeah.
So, physical compression.
John says you can also sidechain your reverb.
Yeah, you can, but you can still end up with a lot of tail noise that doesn't necessarily need to be there. And another thing with that is you've got to be aware that certain methods of side-chaining reverb will make them click.
Okay.
So it depends if you want that fast attack on it. You've got to be careful with it.
I don't use a lot of sidechains,
Because
so
it's
you're all talking
noise,
French.
basically. most reverbs work by playing a noise that's shaped by the sound you play into it. So if you think of white noise filling up every frequency band at random levels in random times, so you get white noise, they're only going to be activated if there's a sound there that makes them activated.
Yep.
So it works a little bit like a vocoder.
Dylan says 100 sick track. Yeah, I'm going to give that one an 808. It was quirky, it was different, sounded kind of industrial, moved along nicely, lovely little journey.
That was beautiful. Was that Jen?
No, that was Down.
Oh,
Jonathan Aaron.
wow,
Lovely.
It was wicked.
Yeah, really
quirky,
enjoyed that.
but also really quite. It wasn't quirky, cheesy, quirky.
No, it was good. It was good. Okay, so we've got some light coming up next.
You are like the ocean, and I'm just a stone.
Just honestly, this guy fucking impresses the hell out of me every time.
But I'm not alone.
Brad says short decay on the gate. Are you saying, Jim?
Sometimes just literally designing your reverbs to be a bar, 2 bars long. Make it make musical sense.
Yeah.
If there's a point in a track that is supposed to be silent, make sure you haven't got any delay tails or anything trailing. Not only does it sound messy, but it's just background noise bringing up the overall level of the track that you've got to fill up. So the less of that you can have there, the more impact you can have to the sounds that are in the foreground, to the point where those tails aren't even heard anyway. But at the mastering stage, it makes a difference if they're there, because, like I say, the glass full approach.
Yeah. Okay, this is the Catastrophe in the Light.
Make it straight. Oh, for goodness sake, can you just wait?
Wicked.
Yeah, I love
Really
what
not my kind of
Catastrophe
thing,
does.
but wicked.
Yeah, I see we're late. I wrote the same.
Like this guy's flow. Been listening to Rera a lot. Irish guy. There's an album of his produced by Adrian Sherwood. I particularly love it. Yeah, good stuff. I've now got to buy it though again. It's out of Bandcamp though, so it's not so bad. I don't feel so bad this time.
Jesus says gated verb, Phil Collins style.
No, it's not even sometimes about gating it. It's about making sure that things stop in a time that makes musical sense, and making sure that things that really are in the background to the point where you can't hear them, either bring them up so you can hear them and they're actually adding to the track, or f them off.
Yeah.
Cut them off.
Yep.
You know, whether you use gates or not. I mean, I prefer not to. I think they're inelegant. I tend to design my delays and design my reverbs so that they actually do only last the amount of time I want them to.
You need them to, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Wiggly, welcome to the party. It's nice to see you. Great interview you did again on Sunday. Your collective that you've got on a Sunday is awesome. I love the family element that you've got there, as well as talking about kit and stuff as well. It's awesome.
Feel good music as well.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
I also think that the lights
What's reminded me a little bit of is that, oh my starry-eyed surprise. Do you remember that?
I'm sure I know that one.
Anyone tell us who that was? Starry-eyed surprise. Really annoying tune.
I think
It only reminds me of it. That wasn't an insult.
I think Catastrophe as his vocal style has gotten a lot better in the last sort of 6 months as well. Sounded like
Wicked.
a little bit nasally, and now you're actually sounding like it's you. You know, like you're not trying to sound like somebody else. You're now trying to sound like Catastrophe, which is fucking brilliant.
Relax and use your own voice.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of your own accent. It's a result of your life experiences so far. Don't be afraid of it.
Absolutely.
I love listening to rappers with different accents and different countries. French rappers. Wow, it sounds so fucking cool. I wish I could understand
what they're saying. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about that.
I catch one word in 100 and I feel proud of myself. You know.
So the Catastrophe, I'm going to give you a 9 on that one, mate.
That was beautiful.
I love everything that Light fucking produces because it's absolutely awesome, and I love the fact that Catastrophe is now finding his own musical sound with his own voice at the moment, which is absolutely beautiful. And I pushed him into a set for the last Clownfest, and literally he was like, oh, I don't know, I think I need to pull out. I'm like, pull your fucking socks up, get your set in, let's fucking have it. And he played a blinder. So awesome. Thank you so much for your content within the Clown Army, the Matt Dobbs and Catastrophe. Okay, next up we got some Duncan Mabry.
Oh yeah.
This is our home.
It fucking is. The URL. Right, move on to the track. Duncan Mabry, Naga 78. Stop fucking doing that. What's this?
You said learn more.
Oh, did I?
You sucker.
There we go. Somehow we've jumped up to track 17. Brilliant. Oh, we're going to finish just about on time. Excellent. That's good because my energy levels are beginning to drop.
Is he going to dugga me?
I hope so.
Of course he is. Just because I said, oh yeah. Kinda not.
Fucking Idiot says 1 Big 10. Great name, by the way, Fucking Idiot. I'm surprised YouTube let you get away with that name. I don't think Duncan's ever put in a track where we've gone, I don't like that. The way Duncan works is he works within Cubase, I believe, and he samples his modular kit into Cubase and then sequences from there on out. I'm a sucker for a bass line. Look at the bass face on that already.
Yeah, but I'm, you know, not backwards in coming forwards and saying I'm a big fan of Duncan stuff.
Yeah.
Especially the Naga stuff.
Yeah.
The sort of, can't really call it dubstep, it's just half-speed drum and bass. I don't know what it is.
It's his own style. It's his own style, and that is why
I really like it. The attention to detail, everything about it.
That's why we like Duncan, because he's got his own fucking style. He's not following anyone. He's like, I'm going to make whatever I want to make, and it sounds fucking lush.
Can shake your ass.
Yes. And once again, Duncan's got 3 or 4 things available on, I believe it's Bandcamp. I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. But again, out for free. Go over and fucking check it out. It is beautiful.
And equal in dignity.
I basically
and right.
hounded him for hours trying to get him to just put some charge on it. The best I can get is, because it's only in Bristol and I'm in Bath, that at some point I'm going to find him and buy him a pint.
Yeah. At some point we'll get a set from Duncan Mabry at Clownfest 7, and then I'm hoping at Clownfest 8, when we do it in a field, we'll have another set by him there. Housey techie feel, but just lovely.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Duncan says, hey Jim, got a new EP on Bandcamp. Think you will like it. Go and check it out. Duncan's got a new EP on Bandcamp, for the fuck's sake, go and check it out.
I've got stems to do a remix.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
I know.
Duncan,
I was trying to clear the decks.
Send some my way.
Warrant to hurry up.
Yeah, he did say that he was going to try and get to it either this week and within a 2-week time frame.
Yeah.
Simply because he's got that Acid Ted gig that he wants to concentrate on. So hopefully all those tracks will be over to you really soon. David Johnson puts it perfectly. Bouncy and swingy beat. 9. I'm going to agree with you. It's a touch slow for me, but I like what it is. Yenti says I beat for vibes. You smoking some crack, or you got your head in the glue bag, mate? Jesus says chunky, and it really is.
Maybe he was lucky enough to go to Ibiza
and
before it got totally swamped.
Yeah. It's a good point, actually.
Because it's like people saying about house music just being toned down techno, and it's not. It's a completely different thing with a different vibe and a
different swing.
And it's also, when you go to a good fucking house night, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Gets a really good atmosphere going. They're lovely people.
Yeah.
Same with trance. You know, it's like, it's not my thing, but fucking it creates a lovely atmosphere, and there's lovely people. And some of the music, every now and then you'll hear a track where they've done something with sound that you hadn't thought of doing.
Yeah, absolutely. David Johnson again with the great comments. Berlin basement more than Ibiza. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I will 100% agree with that. Anyway, Naga78
Lush, as always,
has some EPs out on Bandcamp. For the love of God, go over there. If you thought that was good, some of his stuff is 9s and 10s worthy. It really, really is. Duncan, I'm going to give you an 808 on this one. Nice track, just a little bit slow for me. Did I mark that twice and give it 2 different numbers? Anyway, David Johnson, you are up next, mofo. He said skip to the 3-minute part, so I will indeed do that. 3 minutes seems a bit much, mate. Once again, David Johnson's got his production style in like house, old Uberdrucky kind of stuff. I imagine that was when he was clubbing the most, and it comes across within his music. This one is called Dark Rituals. Just had to give it a bit of a boost. Maybe a bit more mastering is all I'd say on that one. I'm sure he said skip, yeah. 5 tracks left. Brilliant. About 9:45 we'll be finishing.
Nice.
Like, literally, that is what happens when you put a David Johnson track on. You go, nice.
I will say, like, again, like, ease off on that hi-hat, just that little touch.
You can hear it over everything.
Yeah, over everything.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know, I'm always like, turn the hi-hat up or turn the hi-hat down.
Yeah.
It's one of those general balances. I look at it as this, like, if I'm looking at a spectrum analyzer, I'm trying to do this back to front, so you've got your bass on this side going all the way up to your treble. You want this part of your bass up to about 100 hertz even, to be hitting the top with a tail off at the bottom, but really you sort of peak around sort of 80 to 60 to 100 hertz. And then a little bit of a tail down, avoiding that 250 dip that some people put into their music. Because although that's good for clarity, it's also where the sort of body of your sort of throat and stuff, so especially with acid lines, you want to be aware of that 250 hertz cut, because they can end up sounding thin and wobbly rather
this
than...
is not.
No, this has still got some throat in it. It's fat. Again, I wouldn't have cut it off quite so high, I would have let more of that throat through.
Yeah.
But that's personal taste, but there's enough of it there.
John Alchemy says, depends how old you are, I like my hi-hats later. I just think they need to just be like pulled into the mix rather than sitting above it.
It's kind of what it actually is when it comes to people listening to it in this environment, what will happen is they'll go up and they'll want to get up and turn the treble down or turn the track down because that'll be uncomfortable.
Exactly that.
I've got damaged hearing in my right ear, and as a compensation I perceive high-pitched sounds in my left ear much louder than they actually are. This happened when I was very, very young. So to compensate, my brain perceives high-pitched sound in my good ear much more than it actually is. I've learned to compensate for that. It's taken me a long time. I've learned to compensate for it, but if it clashes for someone like me, it becomes uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know.
And for rig owners, it's a nightmare. Yeah, because tweakers will be the first thing to pop.
Yeah.
They work at such high frequencies, they're vibrating so fast that they do burn out.
Brad says, I take a lot of influences from late 80s house and was big into my 90s industrial hardcore, still trying to find the balance. And that's where you'll find your sound, mate.
Yeah, it's a good one, this.
Yeah. Like Jim said, I think the hi-hats are a touch loud, and I think the acid line might be a touch loud, just sitting on top of the track rather than embedded in it.
Yeah.
But the 303 line is driving it. I'm still going to give you an 808 on it.
You could actually lose about a dB off that acid line and bring in, probably go right down to the 250 hertz mark before you cut the bottom off it as well.
Okay.
And you'd find if you do that when you come to the mastering level, if you then reduce those levels, you'll be able to drive everything else that little bit harder into your limiter at the end, so that then your kick will maintain its clarity and punch, and these lovely sounds that are sort of being put in the background a bit more will come up as well.
Wise words from Jim, you won't get this next week because it'll just be me. But on the
so close to being there.
Yeah, literally, it's licking being there, it really is, you know.
But it's still, I mean, it's released, it's releasable.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, David Johnson is charging a pound for the sound, which I think is fucking reasonable.
Sensible man.
Yeah.
It hurts me to see people giving their music away because they feel like they shouldn't be charging for it.
Yeah. You
And
spend hours making that fucking music. A pound is nothing, you know. And I don't do Spotify. I barely do SoundCloud. I advocate Bandcamp because it's one of the only platforms out there that will give you fucking
it actually gives me
fair
revenue.
go.
I've earned more from that than everything else put together.
Yeah,
so.
right. Tell me about it, you know.
Yeah.
And when you go in for a distribution label, they're going to use LabelWorks or DistroKid or blah blah blah, and you're going to get like point penny of a fucking for streams and shit. It's absolute bollocks. Boycott Spotify now. Somebody said the other day, if we all boycotted Spotify right now, then they would have to fucking change things.
Do you know there's another reason for actually owning rather than streaming the music as well?
Go.
Because it's a fucking environmental nightmare. Do you know where they're putting the servers?
No.
in the sea.
Oh, really?
Keeps
That
it cool,
can't be good.
doesn't it? Well, what do you do on a planet that's getting hotter because the seas are warming up and because there's too much? Yeah, you put giant heat sinks in the sea. So yeah, streaming's not great.
No, streaming is not great. Streaming is bull
None of it's
fucking
great.
shit.
None of the Google, none of it.
No.
It's not great.
No. Bandcamp all the way, people. Bandcamp all the way.
And buy it and download it. Don't keep streaming it.
And this is the problem, right? People are
Because
like,
Bandcamp will let you keep streaming it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. People are like, oh, I want to be in the Beatport charts. Why? What for? You want a fake fucking chart? You want kudos for being in a chart that is bollocks, you know? A couple of months ago, all the big boys, Dave the drummer, Chris Liberator, were moaning about how they've taken the tracks and now put it into stupid fucking categories, you know? They are not helping you. They are not helping you. And you've got to be shifting so many units to make it even fucking viable. Fuck them off. Go to Bandcamp. There you go, climb ramp for the day. Who is this? Oh, this is Stephen Stickney.
More dub influence.
Oh, I think we're going Rag Attack. David Johnson says thanks for the input.
Just keep going, Dave, mate. I know you're gonna.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're a machine.
You literally are a machine. I've seen about 7 releases this week from him.
Yeah, fucking legend.
This is very happy. David Johnson said Bandcamp has 3 times listening limit per track. At least I can choose that in the settings. And that means that's great. If you like it and you listen to it a few times, sodding well buy it. Bob says, I don't like browsing Beatport. You can only listen to the middle of a track. Yep.
Also tries to auto-level everything you listen to.
Beatport?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, no, when you come to mix with it, it sounds like shit.
Yeah. that ain't good.
Yeah. I've discouraged a few mates from there, but the thing is, Bandcamp it's very weird how you search for music on Bandcamp. It takes people a bit to get their head around it.
Yeah, I can imagine it does. Sam Fett has just joined the party. How's it going, my friend? Make sure that you get your set ready for Kleinfest 7, fella, because you're definitely in. Take over, if you will, please.
Oh, David the Crazy Guys with the takeover, yes.
Yeah, I love it, Sam Fat. And Sam, I'm really sorry. You sent me a message saying, oh, I can come at the end of August. I got corona and I needed a 2-week break, man. I'm really fucking sorry.
And Sam, keep your eyes out for the Watt guys.
Yeah?
Yeah. Watt sound system.
Okay. Don't think I've seen them. I shall keep my eye out too.
What? Yeah. What? Are you with what?
Am I with what? I don't think.
Yeah. What? You know what? Yeah. What sound system? Can't see no fucking sound system.
That's a great promo.
Yeah. So where are they going? Where are the Sunfet TV guys
from?
Yeah,
Devonish.
Devon. Yeah, I thought as much.
Stickness. I'm going to give you a 9 just because it's happy. Nicely put together. I thought we were going to go all fucking Rag Attack.
I thought you were going to put one of them weltering great big kicks on it.
Yeah. Sam says, takeover is all yours, mate. Thank you very much. And that's fine. I can't come up till like October anyway. Boss is going to sort out some time off this week, I think. Be careful because apparently we're going to get put back into lockdown for a fire break. Lockdown. So don't plan anything for October, people.
We'll see how that goes. Honestly,
if this was on a club, you'd be bouncing to it.
easy for my liking. I'm probably
Yes, it is.
right now,
Yes,
but
it is.
you know, yeah. This is definitely visit the bar time.
There's a place for this music, Jim. It might not be in your life, but
Yeah.
there is a place for this music.
Yeah, on rigs for kids. I love it. No disrespect. It's
No, I get where you were coming. When you said kids, I was thinking like 5-year-olds, but no, you're talking like the next generation.
Yeah.
I get you.
It's what
I
they're
get you.
doing, you know, it's ironic, I think. You know, a bit like emos thought they were being ironic towards fucking goths.
Love that, Steve. Your sticks, your tracks just have come on leaps and bounds in the last couple of years, and they are sounding absolutely awesome. You've just given us a nice bouncy, I'm going to say cheesy track for the next generation, and it worked beautifully. It got me dancing and jigging in my seat here. So if it did that here, what's it going to do on a fucking rig in front of some people?
Love the dubby touch.
Yeah, I love the dubby touch.
Over-cheesed it a little for my taste, but good
Ain't
job.
nothing wrong with that.
With Uber, you can get picked up quicker than a chip.
No, you can't.
By an unqualified driver forced to work after being trafficked out of his own country, and is scared for his life because his boss is listening on the hidden microphones in the car.
Really? That's scary as fuck.
Sorry, I've been reading Irving Welsh.
Social Dregs Record. Great fucking name, mate. Who is this? Richard Jones. I will say you've got a bit of left-right issue going on there. Right channel, left channel is way louder than the right one. I think you've got some panning of the guitar or something going on in it.
Yeah, I think you have to wait for it to come in. It's stereo, isn't it? So, because we're sat next to the left speaker, he's got the back rhythm going on there.
And something else over there.
Yeah. So he's got ticka 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 ticka. But yeah, that is way loud in the mix.
Yeah. Ease your panning back a bit. It sounds like you've got all the instruments coming over from the left channel and like everything else over there. John Alchemy says drums 70% on the left.
Yeah. The snare's wandering around a little bit. Got some phase issues going on between your microphones there, dude.
Alan Crawford says, hey Pierrot, 2.5 hours to your birthday, dude. You know you hate the Blick Box. Right, I'm gonna say a thank you very much to everybody who donated to the Blick Box Fund at the moment. There is nearly £100 over limit, and I was gonna say stop fucking donating to it because I only needed 170. However, I have got ideas to do TV shows and game shows and stuff. So with the extra money that's there, I'm going to buy a boom mic so that I can continue the work with the TV shows and the game shows and stuff.
Public.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's about time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Licked anybody for fucking years. We need to go out people licking again.
We do.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everybody who has donated to that. I have a list, and I will be thanking you all personally myself at some point. So thank you so much.
Expect a live show consisting of a bit of clown and a bit of scavenger suicide rig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. That's going to be good fun.
Dean says game show. Yeah, it's been in the pipeline for about 3 years, but like I didn't have the money, and then we went into lockdown, and I need some cameras and I need a boom mic and stuff. So it's all coming together now. So it will happen. The TV show is going to be something like People Just Do Nothing, crossed with Peep Show, and it's going to feature all of the Bristol crew, me, Oliver, Jim. I'm hoping if he's available for it, and yeah, we just need to write some scripts and get some
Only if I can
ideas.
just sit here and look at you like that all the time.
No, you have to talk constantly, Jim.
Oh right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's easy. Just feed me some speed and watch me go.
Bob says, what kind of game show? It'll be a bit like never mind the Buzzcocks, but based on music. Well, that's based on music as well, but there'll be like tasks and stuff to do. So kind of like It's a Knockout versus never mind the Buzzcogs. It's all
Is
coming.
it going to involve taking the public by surprise by any chance?
I hope so.
Oh,
I hope so.
God, this
I
isn't
hope so.
going to end badly, is it?
Yeah, it's going to end really badly. I can't wait.
Oh, you twat. I'm already
Scared.
I don't know if I'm scared. It's just like, and you want to get Ollie involved.
Oh
in
yeah,
this?
oh yeah, he's perfect
Oh.
for it. He's fucking perfect for it.
The only person I think would be better would be a certain man, Lee Thomas.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind having him involved as well. You know, I'd also like...
on your own head,
Yeah, he's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
I also want to fly some people over. I want
But
Charlie
he's
Ryan
good
to come
fun.
over, protest.
And he's got away with the public.
Yeah, he has.
Getting them involved.
Yes, he has,
But I've
yes,
got
he has.
no, you know.
0-3
Daniel
says we need
King,
2 hours
I don't know
more.
if he's still on Facebook or whether he watches this or whatever, but Daniel King, if you're out there, yeah, we could do with you when you're in prime cuntness.
Yeah. So me and Oliver are going to have a meeting in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to throw some ideas down on paper and see what comes out. That's providing Oliver's cyst on his testicle is actually a cyst and not fucking testical cancer. So Oliver, we're wishing you the best of speedy recoveries on this, mate. We need you around. I need you around. Don't fucking go disappearing. Okay, off that track. Nice idea. Really nice idea. You got some crazy ass panning going on, which I'm not too sure fitted the track. I like the slow vibe of it. I'm gonna give you rimming an 8. I think it might have needed a little bit more EQ work. Jim?
I kind of heard it as a noodle and tuned out a bit after having a listen and thinking, well, you got some phase issues or something going on, because it sounds like, well, I don't know, yeah, you said some weird stereo issues, but I thought maybe they're to do with mic placement and stuff.
Possibly.
And then when you're trying to mix, because I could hear the snare sort of wandering around.
That's a good point. Was this recorded as a live thing with mics up, or were you recording it into a DAW? You know, we just don't know.
Was it just a stereo pair of mics?
Yeah.
And that was just the placement?
Yeah.
Which was my thought.
We just don't know. We just don't know. Anyway, I'm going to give you rimming an 8 on that one. A good idea, a bit of a noodle, but, you know, moved nicely. Just like you say, you got some weird stereo things going on there. Point 2's joined us. It must mean it's about 8 o'clock over in Australia there. Welcome, Point 2.
Yo, good morning.
You've joined us for the last 3 tracks of the night.
Kind of traditional, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, crack lucky. Pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that right.
Tell you what, if you were on at 8 in the morning here, you'd have no chance of having me here.
Tell me about it.
Or you might do, but I'd be hungover because I'd have stayed the night before and got pissed to enable me to sleep on the sofa.
Okay, you're in for some dubsteppies type stuff, I believe. Last time we put one in, it was a lovely dubstep track, and then it went all sidetracks, and we were like, why the fuck did you do that? So let's see what he's doing this time.
Sounds like EDM at the moment. Oh, okay.
And although that sounds loud, it's not even clipping over there. It sounds full as fuck. Your mastering skills are on point, mate. And it's not dubstep either. John Alchemy says glitch hop. Dean Daughter says future bass. Unhinged Filth says filthy clean. And you would know, motherfucker. P.S. I hope you're getting over COVID and your whole family. I'm pretty sure I didn't give that to you because you both had COVID like 2 weeks after you were in the studio, so I'm hoping it wasn't me. However, I will say you've all now got natural antibodies to it. Jim had it back in the day. I'm still fucking trying to kick it.
I'm also double jabbed.
Yeah.
I ain't being too careful after that. I was very seriously ill. So, yeah. If anyone wants to go, oh, it's just a flu, fuck right off.
I'd rather have the flu.
I had the flu.
You know where you are with it.
I had avian flu and gave it to everyone at the Black Swan in Bristol.
Do it.
At a really fucking busy night as well. Like I sat on the sofa all night, but everyone was like, well, I told everyone to stay the fuck away from me. Yeah. I just sat on the sofa all night because I didn't want to miss it. And, no, not when I had COVID, I weren't doing that.
No.
The only thing I was going to do outside of my truck was to admit myself to hospital. No. I didn't leave the truck to piss.
I unfortunately passed this to my 3-year-old mother who has COPD. She is double jabbed and she bounced back quicker than I did. I've got to say that the effects are still lingering with her, but I think within the next couple of days she should start feeling a lot better. I'm trying to get some good food into her to make sure that she is up and about for another few years, because if she fucking disappeared off the planet now, I'd be fucking devastated. Like that fella, don't really know what you'd call it. Like you say, someone said future bass, someone said glitch hop. Gonna give you an 8 on it. Would I do anything to improve it? I don't think I would. Maybe a bit longer. Yeah, as soon as it's only a minute fucking long. Is that a minute long?
No.
I can't even see that. 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 6.
Long. It's a nice
3 minutes
radio
and 6.
edit, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I really like the stuff that old Craig Lucky does, and at some point.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was really chilled for him.
Yeah, tell me about it. He's usually fucking dubsteppy and
full on.
Yeah, right. Nice track, my man. Nice track. Okay, so I believe we're into the penultimate. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I've liked quite a bit of our Greg Lucas stuff.
Yeah, he does really, really good stuff. It's nice to see him branching out into something a little different. Oh, Divine Masculine. We're in for a bit of thumpy, thumpy, thump. Fanatic says 8.2 cats. Jen S says love that. Bob says crispy track. Electronic Sound says keep it up. And I believe he's referring to my mum. Don't worry, I will. We had a lovely dinner today and I made sure that she ate most of it. Yenti gives the track 1 billion for the next one. Bob says very nice.
Quite quiet in comparison.
It is, isn't it? See what I mean about the mastering skills on that guy? It was fucking insanely good.
What's that then?
Welcome to all our public broadcast music television viewers. They restream us to another platform and we've probably got about 300 people watching us there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, hello, guys.
Yeah. The URL has really upped its game recently. We now have a bigger, wider audience. So the fact that there are 50 people here on YouTube is absolutely amazing. As soon as they've got their chat app sorted, I will be streaming solely to them and then they will restream to all of my other platforms. Corey runs it and he's a lovely guy and he just wants content for the channel. So if you live stream, get in touch with Corey Rosen, I believe his name is, and get yourself on Public Broadcast Music TV.
Is that Corolla guy?
No. Corey Rosen. Yeah, Corey Rosen. This dude here. Public Broadcast Music TV, people, get your asses over there. Wonderful, wonderful bloke. Just wants content for his channel. Reg Edit messaged me the other day and said, what's this Public Broadcast Music? I was like, he's a lovely guy, mate, and all he wants is content for the channel. So yeah, welcome to all our Public Broadcast Music TV viewers as well. It's a shame we can't get you in the chat, but as soon as Corey sorts that out, you will be in the chat included with us as well. Corey is in California, Alan Crawford informs me.
Again, rather turn it up. It sounds like shit.
Yeah. I do believe that the mastering could bring this up a little bit.
Yeah, it could, but I mean, like, you were able to turn the volume up without it going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even without sight.
Again, this is end of the stuff night, and it deserves ribbon and 9 because when this gets played at the end of the night, you fucking know it's being played.
I will say, if you're going to submit stuff, like to Mark, probably a good idea would be to say it's unmastered, turn it up.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing, I'd rather hear stuff unmastered than really badly mastered.
Do you know what? I've heard some masters come up to me, and for me, I would rather turn it up because it just sounds like they've elevated the bass a little bit. And I would just rather turn it up here myself rather than hear just that bass being a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice.
Yeah, like I say, I gave it ribbon a 9. Unhinged Filth says, a bit quiet, put it through ozone. I knew you were going to make that face the instant he said.
So fucking destructive.
Yeah, Jim is not a fan of ozone here at the URL or even at Jim's mastering station. I think he would rather throw
you can
that
hear
in the
it.
bin.
I think you can hear it in the same way that you can hear Ableton Live. If people don't step outside of the box a little bit,
yeah, I totally agree.
Because Ableton Live's, it's what disturbs me is Ableton Live's got the stuff in it that sounds fucking amazing, built in if you buy a good version of it. But you've got to step outside of your normal mode of thinking to get it to sound really fucking good.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, to make it sound different. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just, and it's the same as Logic. If you don't really think outside of the box very much, then it has that
in the box.
Classic Logic sound to it. Exactly the same way. You can kind of hear things being done in Serum, but then there's also a lot of people doing stuff with it that you just wouldn't know. It can be really subtle as well. So I do keep meaning to look at it because I won't bin something like, at least with Ozone, I gave it a chance. I gave it more than a chance. Yeah. When I gave up Waves, I was looking for
something.
Anything rather than using Reason stuff and having to actually learn what the fuck the stuff I was using was doing under the hood. But in the end, I ended up taking the long route, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, the long route is always worth it.
I'm confident that if Reason went down the pan, if someone really bought them out and changed the sound or whatever, that I'd quite confidently be able to then move on to something else and do exactly the same thing, basically.
Yep. My Dio's just joined us. How's it going, my friend? You late-ass motherfucker. Right, this is Paul Porus, and it is the last track. So, yeah, whilst we bash Serum and Ozone a bit more...
No, I'm not bashing it. Because in the right hands, it does some beautiful stuff. Yeah. I'm not arguing with the results from it. I'm just saying from my own personal taste, what I get from my equipment and what I expect is a little bit of character.
Yes.
But not so much that you can tell where it comes from. Yeah.
And Jim,
that's got to come from the material at the end of the day. You know, it's funny, the mastering stage can bring all sorts of stuff out in your music you sometimes
didn't even realise it was there.
Yep. And it can take you a little while to sort of reconcile, oh shit, I can see what I'm doing now. So it's easy for me to try and give feedback to people who've like been making music without any awareness of getting their stuff mastered. They've just been doing it for personal pleasure.
Yeah.
It's very easy for me to forget the depth of my knowledge when I'm trying to explain to them.
You literally are the deepest well of knowledge ever for music, Jim.
No, I'm not though.
No, but you are. You really, really are.
There's other people I listen to start speaking and my mind just goes...
Yeah, but you'll take that information on and you will use it within your process, you know? So you're always evolving and changing, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, but I'm always seeking a different sound because... lately as well, the amount of different stuff that's being thrown at me is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
From soundscapes and God knows what else I've ended up mastering for labels and stuff just recently. Matt Leonis being one in particular, just such a varied album, and to try and make it sound consistently like an album and retain the character of it was
for each track.
At the same time, it still had to sound visibly like it did, and so it's been a learning process.
And I thoroughly advocate what Jim said. The long route is usually the best one. That's why it's taken me nearly fucking 20 odd years to get to Hybrid 23. I wasn't confident enough in my skills in the DAW, and now that I've been with Warren for, I don't know, 4 years now, it's given me the confidence to go, okay, I can get to that now. I believe I can. Yeah, up to this. Apparently this is something from scratch, so literally he's had no pre-made patterns and stuff. He's just kind of off the cuff thing, and I kind of like that. Dean Daughter says, check out my presets for Serum. Dean Daughter's electronic sounds, writes presets for like just loads of things. The dude is a fucking genius, so please go and check out his. Dean, you got any for the Hydrosynth, mate?
I'll tell you what I think it is. It's like being a Reason user for so long, I don't just think of a synth on its own anymore, and I haven't done for a very long time.
Yeah.
Immediately I get something new in my rack, my first thought is, how does it play with all the other stuff I've got? Can I stick it all in a combinator? Just and make one machine out of lots and lots of machines.
It's over. Okay, it was a bit of a noodle. I think it deserves somewhere near an 8, so I'm going to give you a 7.5 on it.
That's basically, you only score between 7 and 10.
It's got to be.
No one ever gets a 10, so basically it's between 7 and 9.5.
Well, it's got to be really fucking good. Some of the stuff from Charlie Ryan, some of the stuff from.
I've only ever had one off you, I think.
Yeah, you've had a couple. You've had a couple.
I've had one, I think.
No. You've had a couple. That fucking Waltz album was a 10 all day fucking long. Lee Ward. Was it not?
No, you hated some of that.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is me all over. I'll listen to something and go, don't like that, and then the next time I hear it, I'm like, actually, I really fucking like that, and I don't know why that is the case. Right, we have come to the end of the show, and as predicted, we were going to finish at 10 o'clock. I kind of thought we'd be roughly around that time because, you know, we need to chat and shit. I am going to end this evening with a little bit from Miles the Wolf because I think it's absolutely 100% fitting. This is him, and I'm not going to talk over it. I'm just going to let it play, and we are going to disappear off your view screens. So I will say once again, thank you so much for Jimmy the Scavenger for coming in and giving you the most awesome pieces of advice.
And ranting.
Yeah, we love the rants.
Yeah.
We love the rants. I want to thank all the producers that put in this evening because without you, we don't have a show. I want to thank all the people that have liked, commented, and shared this evening because once again, if we don't have you, we don't have a show. Again, it's the co-hosts, it's the people that put in the music, it's the people that chat about the music whilst we're online. If any of that falls apart, then we don't have a fucking show. Like I say, I'm going to leave you with Miles the Wolf, and I am going to take us out of the picture.
Big fucking love, yo.
Big fucking love. And so I'm going to leave you with Miles the Wolf. We are going to disappear off your screens, and I will see you next week for another installment of the show. Catch you later.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Hi guys, my name is Miles the Wolf, also known as Kazan 303, and this is my home studio setup guide, or whatever you call it. So, let's start with the box. This is my lunchbox. It's a ton case, like a flight case to carry around. It has 3 lids, front, top, and then back. And let's run through what's inside of it. So at the bottom, I just have an empty space with a separation installed just to keep this one up, so I can place my controller in here. Like if I move this keyboard, I can just get this one out of here just to store it for, you know, put it out of the way or not. Above that, this one is my add-on mixer, and then this one is the main mixer. It's an 18i20 from Scarlett. From Focusrite, and then the other one is the Octapre, which makes it a 16-channel digital mixer. In between those mixers, I have my drums, mainly the Electribe sampler, and then the TR6S. These are not all my drums, and I might change this setup in the future. Might be getting an analog rhythm instead. Here's my other drum, the TT606. From there, the main mixer, and then another draw with a controller for the DAW, and then the ME303, which is like a devilfish for the Cyclone versions of the 303. Above that, I have a Teratech Producer Sign MB332, which is basically another 303, but then in rack version. Above that, we have the TT303 Mark II, another 303. The MB33 desktop, modded by circuitbenders.co.uk, also another 303. Above that, we have a small modular setup. Then we have 2 tip-top audio cases, which puts modular in a 19-inch rack system. So let's go over what we have here. Starting from the left, I have a 308 distortion module, which is basically like a rat pedal. Next to that, we have the Audio Game Changers plasma drive, which is another distortion and a drive, but it has plasma. Let me show you. And it's pretty cool. Next to that, we have the Erica Synths bassline, which is, I don't know, their attempt at a 303 maybe. I'm not too sure about that, but it's not a 303. It's good. It's cool, but it's not a 303. Don't buy it if you want a 303. Next to that, I have the Pico Cv Mixer. It's a small thingy just to mix a few CV signals or audio signals. If you want, I just use it to mix CVs. Next to that, I have the Polyend Poly 2 to send. I send MIDI to this to send CV and gate to all the modules. Next to that, we have the U-Bursts, which is basically the Mutable Instruments clouds, but then in another format. Next to that, we have the Dirt filter. It's an extremely gnarly filter, especially with the resonance. Next to that, the Acid Lab M303 module, another 303 module. So if you want to go for 303s in a module, go for this, not the bassline. Maybe the one from DinSync if you can find it, but this is pretty fucking cool. Above that, we have the Mother 32, another fat bass synth, which can basically be a 303 or just a bass synth or a high mono synth, whatever you want it to be. Usually I just use it as a bass synth. And that's the box. Everything is controlled from the inside with this little unit here, which is the Mio XL, which is a MIDI interface. Has, I think, like 8 inputs and 12 outputs of MIDI. Plus it has a MIDI USB host hub thing, which is very practical. And then in the back of the box, there's also a rack-mounted power plug-in on both sides. So I got 16 plugs on this box alone. And then that's pretty much the box, and that's what I bring to the live setup when I go anywhere, along with the PC, of course. It's just a small PC. They call it a Nook PC, I think. It doesn't have a screen, doesn't have a keyboard. You can upgrade it a little bit, but not really extensively. But it does its job, you know. I have a small monitor that fell to the ground right here. I can get it. Which is what I bring for, like, yeah, live gigs. Also, the audio is coming out of here and then into the monitors, of course. But I use that piece just to extend my cables and everything. It doesn't take away noise or nothing. It's pretty useless, to be honest. It's a bearing thingy, so. And then this is my controller for like CCs in the DAW. I use FL Studio, by the way. I get a lot of shit for using this, but I don't care. I like using it. Not saying it's better than anything else. It's just good, you know. I like the way it works. So, but I'll get back to that later. So that's my controller for everything. Above that, another TT303 I got recently. Next to that, we have the Microkorg Black Edition. It's the not a rare one, not too rare at least, but I'm pretty happy that it's black keys. Above that, we have a TD3 with a custom accent launch mod. Above that, the TT I showed you before. And then we have the audio thing is Micro Monster, the SH01A, and the Axis Virus TI Snow. And that's pretty much my entire setup, drums, bass lines, and synthesizers all together. Everything goes through the KRK Rocket 8s. And so how do I work with this? Well, everything runs through here. Excuse me. All the MIDI is sent from these little guys to the equipment, and then the equipment sends the sound to the mixer, and then the mixer sends it out to the speaker, or however it fucking works. So I make all my patterns in here. Like, for instance, let me show you this little TT here. I just go in here, and that's how I make my patterns. And then I can put it in here when I'm done. Like this is pattern 7, so that's this one right here. Let me just play it for you. Alright. So now it's sending notes to that specific 303. And this controller can turn everything on and off in here. So like these are usually my kicks, so if I turn these on, it's kick. Those are turned on now. And hi-hats, claps, hi-hats, and the other stuff. I guess the most interesting in my case is that I have like 8 or 9 bass synths. So this is a TT, that's the other TT. It's this one, but it doesn't have a pattern. It's this one. That's this one. Let me see. That's that one. That's that one. And then all we have left is the bass line. So yeah, that's how I work. So I set up my instruments. I don't use any VSTs, no, nothing. Just I use samples, and then I might chop it up like that to sequence it better, or I just push it in here and then let it play like in order, in song mode or whatever you call it. This is just a small song, but yeah, that's all I use. I do, however, use like VSTs on my mixer. Like this one, everybody knows it's crap, but sometimes it gives you that little crunch, and multibands, chorus, reverbs, and all that shit. And that's pretty much how I do it. I just make patterns in this, send it out to the gear, play with it, try to put everything down as perfectly as I can, and then do the audio stuff and mixing in there, something like that. I hope this has been good and informational. If there's any questions, I guess put them in the comments, or just ask. If I can help with anything, just ask me. Usually I'll give you an answer. Okay, so this is Miles, aka Kazan303, signing off.